we crooked? Hello? I don't know if this worked. Oh, it did. Okay. Let's. Are we crooked? No, I don't like this. I'm sorry. Is that better? Please stop. Please. Okay, today. Testing 1, 2, 3. So. Sorry, that's so annoying. We are super late today. I was like, is this gonna be the first time that I miss a cold cup of coffee? But we made it with 30 minutes to spare. I was like, at least as long as I'm before midnight, then technically I didn't miss this Sunday because it's still Sunday where I'm at. So we are on our like 130 something episode. Anyways, this is gonna be I thought there was a bug on the chair, but it was just something on the screen. This episode is going to be short because I decided I'm low energy right now, but I still want to touch on this topic so that we can talk about it in more depth next week because I really wanted to talk about this topic, but it has to be longer than like 20-30 minutes, but I only have the energy in me for 20-30 minutes right now. I came back from Utah, was in a funeral. I just feel like I gave a lot of energy. So I know my limits basically. So we're here today and we're going to talk about basically why we can't reach our goals. And what I mean by that is like, we're going to be talking specifically like long-term life-changing goals, but I'm sure that this applies to short-term goals as well. But let's say hi to everybody and then we'll start talking on this subject and we'll get to think about it for a week and then dive into it more next week. I know I made it. Barely. Hi Taylor, hi Christy, hi Jade. It's 2 a.m. where you are? Are you on the East Coast? I'm actually shocked that you guys are all here. We have an order, life out of order. We have a cousin here. Casey's here. Hello. I know I need some rest, but I just want to kind of like start this conversation so that we can maybe talk in depth about it next week. But I'm going to just talk about, for example, in my life, okay? I have had issues in my life. And here's the crazy thing. So I've had goals in my life. Like, one day I'm going to be here. And then years go by and I'm like, how come it seems like I'm not closer to this goal? I've had the same goal for the past 10 years, but it seems like I'm not reaching the goal. I seem to be getting a little bit closer, but why is it that I have this goal and it's almost like I will never get there? So I was thinking in more depth about how does one make their life turn around basically? How do you grab and create the life that you want? And for me, there was a point in my life where I wanted to turn my entire life around, right? Because I was born and raised in a cult and I knew what my life was going to be, but I didn't want that. And so I was thinking, like, how did I change my life completely? Well, one, I got super uncomfortable and there was a choice of like staying and being depressed the rest of my life or myself or leaving. So it became so uncomfortable that I had to figure out a solution. It almost became my new religion, right? It's like you have to want your new life way more than your current life? And I think the short answer is a lot of us subconsciously like this life more than the goal. Even though we're every single day saying, this is what I want, this is what I want, why can't I get closer to it? There's something subconscious that's getting in the way of us getting to that goal. So I think next week I'll talk about the things that I think I'm going to go deep next week and talk about my goals that I have struggled to get to and why I haven't gotten there yet. I think it's would be valuable for you guys if you're going to be here next week too, or even just like if you think this is something that you should be implementing into your life. Think about some goals that you've had in your life that for whatever reason you haven't been able to achieve, and really become aware and honest with yourself. Maybe journal it out, talk it out. Why is this my goal, but apparently I just can't achieve it? What are the milestones? A lot of the times, actually, I feel like 100% of the time, it's internal. There may be fears tied to what if I achieve this goal and then X Y Z happens, or what if I leave my old life and this happens, or I don't deserve to have this goal. It's a subconscious thing. You're like a lot. Me personally, I have rejected my goal. Like I have had the opportunity to where the goal can come true, but I have rejected it because why? I didn't think I deserved it. It was a subconscious thing. It was a mental issue that I needed to work through. So everybody's homework is to be honest with themselves about what is something in your life that you have wanted to achieve for quite some time, but for whatever reason have not. And write it out. Write out what you think the reasons could be for, because I think that what the answer is to being able to achieve these goals and to being able to change your life into the life that you want, manifest it, whatever wording you want to use, you have to be accountable for your part to play in the fact that it's not changing, right? What are you doing that's getting in the way of the progress? And a lot of the times it's internal mental stuff that you got to work through. I know, I'm up way too late. Hi, Nancy. Thank you. We need to collab. The people need the drama. Okay, where are you at? Utah? I have a lot to talk about on Patreon tomorrow because I did go to the funeral. I did see older people, and I did see there's a lot of progress that I feel like I've made, and I just realized it because like we always know, like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been through this where you feel like you're so healed, and then someone from your past triggers you and like makes you spiral, or an event happens in a relationship, something happens to where you see yourself lose control or not be aware of the emotions, or why is this happening, and then you're kind of like being checked and humbled, like, oh, I haven't progressed as much as I thought, or I need to work on myself a little more. um, I've had that happen so many times. Like, I thought I was more progressed than this, and why am I having to deal with this issue? But when I went to this funeral, I had the opposite happen. I thought I was gonna go in and have the same thing happen where I'm like nervous and like not feeling welcome, all this anxiety and like feeling sick to my stomach and not wanting to see people. But it was the opposite surprise. I was like, huh, I'm not phased like I used to be. And I think that this means I'm healed. At least healed more than I used to be, because I used to I would get sick every time I went to Utah. I would get like physically ill. So this time going to Utah was a pleasant surprise. And I guess it just means that I've been doing the work to finally get to this point. And this is a goal that I've had for years, right? My role model was Jessica because I was able to see someone who's healed, and I looked up to her as a fresh ex order member. And now I feel like I finally can understand where she was at the time that I met her, if that makes sense. But I would love to talk about it more in detail how I understood it tomorrow on Patreon. I'm so tired though, you guys. So I think this might be maybe ending soon unless you guys have any comments or questions. But we will be talking more about this topic of goals next week because I genuinely think that every single person has the power and they are capable of creating the life that they want. But a lot of us think that what we truly desire is too out of reach, or, oh, it would be nice if I could have this, but, let's be realistic, you know, it's almost like we tell ourselves no to the life, to the life we want because we don't think we deserve it. And I think it's so important to talk about this because why are we doing that? Why are we basically pushing ourselves down to a level that we think we deserve because we don't think we deserve better than that? So subconsciously, we are taking away our happiness because we don't deserve it. So that's something that we need to work through and something we should discuss and talk about and be aware of because we don't want to be doing that to ourselves, okay? I know for me, I hate change. I put up with a lot of BS because of it. I still hate change, but less hesitant now. Well, that's the thing. If your goal is to stay the same forever, then that's a good thing that you don't like change. But if you have goals for your life to change and for things to turn around, then you need to be more comfortable with change. So I think you're pretty aware, which is good. Casey's like, sleep. I know, I'm so tired, you guys. Okay. I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Patreon. We'll dive deeper. We'll be live for at least an hour tomorrow. And then on Sunday, next Sunday, we're going to dive deeper into this topic and we're going to go into bullet points. And I think I'm going to kind of just share my personal example of the goals that I have not been achieving and why I have not been getting there. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you for watching the probably almost shortest live stream I've ever had. But we'll be back next week. And think about what I said. Think about what is it in my life that's in the way of my goals. Okay. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Bye.